What we've got tonight, it is okay, let's start over. It is 6 p.m. and on this Saturday, May 15th, what we've got for you tonight is a double box break of Battlebond, courteously provided by our friends over at the Lotus Council. The members there have graciously purchased packs for us to open live on air, and we're here, we're ready to go. I've got 2 boxes of Battlebond, and we're headed to open them right now. All right, so uh, I tried to bring up the overlay, but I don't know if it's working because I don't have the Twitch channel up. So if someone could let me know if that's working, that'd be great. Okay, so I think what I'll do first is I'll go ahead and, oh, one note. The last time we had a double box opening, I switched 2 of the packs or 2 of the loots piles for our friends, and unfortunately that meant that somebody got somebody else's cards, and we fixed it. But I just want you to rest easy because I do have a system tonight. I've got dividers and boxes, so this is going to go much better. Instead of making little piles like I usually do, yes, we can be taught. Okay, where were we? Oh yes, Battlebond. So we've got Battlebond, which is one of these. What do they call them? What do Wizards call these? It's the innovation product. I believe this was for 2018. Does anybody want to correct me on that? 2018 innovation product. Generally, an innovation product is a multiplayer product. So, for example, Conspiracy is an innovation product. Battlebond was actually designed to be played as a two-headed giant limited product. Two-headed giant being my absolute favorite format. I did invest in some boxes. However, I have never played Battlebond in a limited fashion. That means that I have a bunch of boxes. And so that works out for everyone else because now we get to open them. There's quite a bit of value in the Battlebond box. June 2018? Yes! It's quite a bit of value in the Battlebond box. I think there are quite a few cards that are in the upper double digits, in the double digits, in the upper single digits. So hopefully we'll see some value tonight. All right, so we've got first up, we've got Court. Court, who is apparently a very lucky man. And I don't just say that because he has a beautiful family, but because the last time we opened boxes, he did walk away with an invocation, which was pretty sweet. And that video is available on demand if you want to check it out on the YouTubes at the Lotus Council. Okay, so let's get started. I think what I'm going to do first is, besides, make you all dizzy with my camera work here. Sorry about that. Hoping for a land tax. I mean, yeah, it's possible. I mean, we got 2 boxes, so maybe we'll see 1 or 2. Doubling season is in this set as well. I know that some people are looking for that. So Battlebond has this funky. I don't know if it was the first set to have this funky double. Maybe this is the wrong camera for this. Has a double display like this. Kind of funny. So it's to sit on the shelf. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Is the camera very zoomed? So what I've got is my 1080p camera that is very, very close to the playmat. So it's not zoomed because I wanted to get the high quality photo, high quality image. It's just very close to the playmat. Yeah, everybody wants the doubling season. Hi, Dobby. How are you? How's it going? I feel like I need a cheat sheet because none of your usernames like match the names on Discord, and uh, the spreadsheet where I've got the folks that bought cards. I have their usernames for Twitch, but everybody else is like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure who Dobby is. I mean, Dobby is a free elf. We know that. Yeah, you're gonna hear that joke every single time. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just mix up some packs here, randomize them as much as possible. This could work for or against you, right? It's like shuffling your deck, right? Like sometimes you shuffle all the lands together, and there's not much you can do about that. But that said, I mean, I feel like randomizing them is the right thing to do. Let's do a little wash here. A little wash. All right, Dobby. So who are you then? Are you Dobby on Discord as well? Because I don't remember your name. I don't remember seeing you. All right. Yeah, the Crowdlands are awesome. It's particularly so. The other part of this is because this is a two-headed giant set. It's focused on multiplayer. It's Conspiracy is a multiplayer set, but I feel like this set does a little bit more in terms of having cards for Commander. So it has those. I'm not even sure what they're called. Damien. Hi, Damien. Hi, Damien. I'm not even sure what they're called. They come down tapped unless you have more than one opponent. So basically, they're like untapped lands if you're playing Commander in a multiplayer pod. That's why it's great for EDH. That's right. Okay. I think this is mixed up enough. Let's see what we got here. So you guys can't hear the music, but I have music playing in my headphones, which is my hack to keep the headphones active. If you have seen any of these box breaks before, you know that my headphones like to shut themselves off in the middle. So we're going to avoid that. Okay, so we've got Court. Court has 10 packs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And I'm pulling them randomly, of course. All right, let's get started. I don't have too many stories about Battlebond because, as I said, I haven't played this format in a limited fashion. I have opened a little bit of it myself, but being pretty much a neophyte when it comes to EDH, I haven't opened a lot of it because I just don't need EDH cards that much. I've played online EDH twice, and never in person. All right, let's get started. Sylvia and Korovath. Oh yeah, that's right. These guys have partner commanders, right? I forgot about that. Okay, so first up, we've got, oh, we're going in reverse order apparently. I didn't realize that. Gwafa Hazid, Profiteer. Legendary creature, human rogue for blue, white, and 1. You get a 2/2 for blue, white, and tap. Put a bribery counter on target creature you don't control. Its controller draws a card. Creatures with bribery counters on them can't attack or block. So you take away their ability to attack or block. I mean, I don't know. That sounds decent actually. All right. And I don't know if are there any to get some games. Yeah, I would be so. I'm on a personal note. I am a one of each collector for Magic, or I was. And recently, and I'm not getting political here, but recently, Wizards of the Coast has amped up their production of products and variants for any particular given card in a set, as well as special cards in a set, that it has just become overwhelming for me to try and collect one of each. So I am focusing back down on the basics. I'm going to be playing more Commander because I feel like that's a really good eternal kitchen table format. Probably not competitively because I'm not very competitive when it comes to Magic. I'm more of a Johnny in that way, which is great for Commander because you can do big stuff. All right, so Court. I'm not sure it's worth it to read the commons. If anybody disagrees, let me know. And hey, are the overlays working, Court? So we got Gwafa Hazid, and as I was saying, I don't know if there are any uncommons that are worth money in this set. Does anybody know that? Yes, that are. Oh, you must be talking about the overlays. Good, I'm glad. Okay. Uh, well, let me know if yes, they are. Let me know if you want me to read off the uncommons. I don't really think so, but oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Sorry. I feel like a little bit like a noob today because I haven't opened this in a while. You can skip the chaff. Okay, good. I think so. Uh, I mean, it's kind of nice to build up um, build the excitement by not revealing the rare right away. Goblin Raise Runners. So for red, red, and 2, you get a 3/4 Goblin Warrior with the ability 1 and red and sacrifice a land, put a +1/+1 counter on Goblin Raise Runners. Wow, that sounds terrible. But it also has, at the beginning of your end step, you may have Goblin Raise Runners deal damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it to target player or planeswalker. That's a little better. Note that it is not the total power, but the number of +1/+1 counters. I don't think there are any commons above $2. There are commons in the neighborhood of $2. That's impressive. Okay, so that's a pretty decent rare. Do some damage there. We have these uncommons. Battle Rattle Shaman. He's a reprint. Proud Mentor and Impetuous Protege. Excellent. And these two are partners, but they're not legendary. So how does that work? Partner with, when this creature enters the battlefield, target player may put Imperious Protege into their hand from their library, then shuffle. Oh, so they tutor for each other. I had forgotten about that. That's pretty cool. So in a red-white commander deck, you get some card advantage there by playing these partners. Okay. Vault Hunter says, I have $117 uncommon. I would love to know what that uncommon is, unless you're talking about a reserve list card, in which case that makes sense. Okay, next up. Still on court here. You know, these packs, sometimes they're super easy to open, and sometimes, sorry about that. Sometimes they're not. That's what that means. The Mirror Token, Planes, and Pier's Whim. So Pier's Whim, for green and 3, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend searches their library for a land card, then puts it on the battlefield tapped, then shuffles their library. Each foe sacrifices an artifact or enchantment they control. Yeah, this is the commander card if you like politics, which I know that many commander pods have politics. I think probably they all do, except for competitive, right? Even competitive might have some politics, but really competitive commander is about winning the game. This might be for a group hug deck, or so I would think. I mean, I've never played a group hug deck, so how would I know? Pier's Whim. And we have these uncommons, Tenacious Deed, Lava Field Overlord, and Culling Dais. Yes, sacrifice outlet for the win, guys. And girls, don't mean to be uninclusive. All right, next up, Tenacious D. Politicking card. What's Tenacious D? You got me on that one. I mean, I know who Tenacious D is. I just don't know what the reference is there. Spirit Token, Planes, a foil Totally Lost. I don't know if you can see that foil there. Best angle for that. No, you can't really tell. And Mind's Eye. So Mind's Eye is an artifact for 5 generic mana that has the ability, whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. That doesn't suck. All right. Card advantage for the win. And quite literally, right? And we have our 3 uncommons are Spectral Searchlight, Soulblade Renewer, and Soulblade Corruptor. I have a feeling that these two partner with each other. And they do. That's pretty cool. They have each abilities, but they can tutor for each other as well. Excellent. Yeah, this is a pretty cool set, actually. I had forgotten about all these different mechanics. I literally probably should have like done some research before I did a box opening, but I'm not there yet. Force of Will from Alliances is the uncommon that's $117. I mean, that's a pretty strong uncommon. I don't think they understood how strong that was when they printed it. And actually, a lot of players didn't understand how strong it was for a long time. I remember they were being tossed out as uncommons, right? People were like, why would I want to ditch a card for this? Okay, first land we've got Sea of Clouds. Sea of Clouds is our white, blue, Multi-check land? I don't know what these are called. Uh, Enters the battlefield tapped unless you have two or more opponents. So white, blue. That's a pretty good combination. I take it that white is kind of a weak color in Commander, but I think that a lot of people splash a white in a Commander to get access to some of the good cards like swords. I don't really know. Commander's weird to me because I'm used to thinking of Magic as either 40 cards, my favorite is limited, or 60 cards, and so 100 cards, I'm not sure how you deal with that. But Court says he doesn't play Azorius, so trade? I don't know. Our three uncommons: Savage Ventmaw, Juggernaut, yes, and Dragon Breath. That's a classic one. Okay, next up, Tradesies. The Mormonator, welcome to the stream, sir. What polls did I miss? The video will be available on for a short time on Twitch on demand and then move to YouTube. But basically, we haven't pulled any mythics and we haven't pulled any of the high money cards. The highest money card so far, I believe, is this land that we just pulled. Okay, moving on. Next rare is Vertus's Maneuver. For 2 and a black, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control. So that's pretty cool. That's quite the maneuver. And our uncommons are Solemn Offering, Reckless Scholar, and Thrasher Brute. No partners there, but that's okay. They don't always have to have partners, right? All right, next up, we've got Warrior Token, Mountain, and True Name Nemesis, our first mythic rare of the evening. For blue, blue, and 1, you get a 3/1 Merfolk Rogue. As True Name Nemesis enters the battlefield, choose a player. True Name Nemesis has protection from the chosen player, which is kind of funny, right? Because protection does 4 things, as we know. In this case, the reminder text tells us, this creature can't be blocked, targeted, dealt damage, or enchanted by anything controlled by that player. So it's a slight modification to the normal protection rule, but it makes sense. True Name Nemesis, pretty good card. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are, Vampire Charmseeker, Flamewave Invoker, and Fertilid. Fertilid. I like that card. All right, congratulations on the first mythic of the evening. Next up, this pack's killing me. We've got Spirit Token, Swamp, and Bonus Round. Oh, that's a foil. So we've got a foil rare, Bonus Round. For red, red, and 1, you get a sorcery until end of turn. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Oh, that sounds like it's ready to Strixhaven, doesn't it? Pretty cool. And our non-foil rare, Stolen Strategy. For 4 and a red, you get an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, you may cast non-land cards from among those exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you get mass card advantage, and exiling cards from your opponent's libraries during your upkeep. That's pretty sweet, actually. Bonus round is 20 plus. Excellent. Is that the foil? The foil. Excellent. Cool, cool, cool. And our Our uncommons for this pack: Slum Reaper, Chakram Slinger, and Chakram Retriever. So those are looks like a human and a hound. They did recently errata hounds into dog. A fight that Morrow has been fighting for some time, he said. I remember him. He talks about it quite often on his podcast, but Hound is sort of like the fantasy equivalent of dog, like Hellhound and what have you. But he's like, we have cats, why don't we have dogs? Anyway, that's been errated, so this is now an elemental dog. And more useless information. Next up, 2 packs to go. Warrior token, mountain, and a foil Sky Shroud Claim. Oh, this is actually a pretty good card. I think people sleep on this card. I mean, it's ramp, right? It's pretty good. And our uh, rare is Greater Good. So for green, green, and 2, you get an enchantment, sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. So, you know, you're sneak attacking Ulamog, then you're doing Greater Good. I don't know, something like that. If you have a, yeah, I know. We have Court in chat saying that he's loving all the green. That's because he's running or trying to put together a Witherbloom deck, I believe. Is it Witherbloom or Golgari? I don't know how you'd classify it, but watch out for that card. And our 3 uncommons for this pack: Blood Feud, Kiss of Amisha, and Genesis Chamber. Very cool. All right. And final pack, Golgari. Kenzo is saying that it's Golgari, the deck. I have not had the pleasure of playing against it, but I'm sure that will change. Last pack for Court, Zombie Token, Island, and Mind Blade Render. For 1 and a black, you get a 1/3, Azra Warrior. When your opponents are dealt combat damage, if any of that damage was dealt by a warrior, you draw a card and you lose 1 life. That's pretty cool. So it's Warrior Tribal. The setting, the plane for Battlebond was a brand new plane, and the setting was a sort of a Colosseum like style gladiator feel flavor. So you're going to see a lot of warriors in here. You're going to see a lot of flashy looking art. We have Jalen Sphinx, Out of Bounds, and Long Road Home. Check the commons for Sky Shroud Claims. They are over $2 now. Yeah, that's a pretty good card, I would say. It does not surprise me that is a $2 common. All right, that is Quartz. Loot, Court, thank you very much for participating. As always, I will send your cards out to you. And just so you know, see, I'm going in order, so Court's cards are in the front. I don't think I've ever messed up his cards. I only mess up cards for people I like. No, I'm just kidding. That was mean. Okay, next up, Kylum. Thank you, Bronze Panda. Kylum is the plane for Battlebond, and it was created just for this set. I don't think we've been back there. I think that Will and Rowan Kenrith come from Strixhaven, if I'm not mistaken, but they first appeared in Battlebond. Okay. Do Will and Rowan come from Strixhaven? You know, I skimmed the story, I have to admit. I don't remember if they're native to that plane. Oh, they come from Eldraine, and they went to Kylum, and they went to Strixhaven to study. Got it. Thank you for keeping me honest. Next up is Sona. Sona has 10 packs. 4, 6, 8, 10. All right. Sona, good luck to you. I think Sona was one of the folks that got the wrong cards from me last time, so rest easy, sir. I have a system now. He can be taught. First up, the emblem for Rowan. I did not know that was coming. Plains and Peer, Imaginative Rascal. So Peer is one of the commanders, or one of the cards that is a rare that comes with another rare in the same pack because they have partnered with each other in their rares. Peer, Imaginative Rascal for 2 and a green. You get a 1/1 legendary creature human. Partner with Toothy, Imaginary Friend. Imaginary Friend. I always want to say fiend. If 1 or more counters would be put on a permanent your team controls, that many plus 1 of each of those kinds of counters are put on that permanent instead. So he adds 1 counter. Nice. To the imaginary friend, and these two can tutor each other up, remember? But you can also use them as paired as partners in Commander. Partners, like Commander partners. For 3 and a blue, you get a 1/1 legendary creature illusion, partner with Peer, Imaginative Rascal. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter onto the imaginary friend. When Tuthi leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. So that means that you're going to be putting, if you have Peer out, you're going to be putting 2 counters on him every time you draw a card. Him, it, them, not sure. I did not ask Tuthi what their pronouns are. That did not come out well. Okay, those are good rares. And our 3 uncommons are Painful Lesson, Decorated Champion, and Orescus Explorer. Okay, that's a pretty decent first pack. 2 rares. We like to see that. Great for Quandrix, indeed. Are you running Quandrix, Sona? Warrior Token, Forest, and Regna's Sanction. Regna's Sanction, for 3 and a white, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Each foe chooses 1 untapped creature they control, then taps the rest. Wow, that's pretty strong actually. For a white card, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, importantly, you don't have to choose friend for anybody but yourself if you don't want to, right? You guys all knew that already, though. Okay, so our uncommons are Swarm of Bloodflies, Relentless Hunter, and Nimbus Champion. All right. Yeah, Regna's pretty cool. Next up, so Sona reports that he does not run Quandrix, but eventually he will upgrade the Precon. So that's pretty cool. I think I know a couple of cards that might be going into it. Zombie Giant token, the 5/5. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wonder what makes that. Forest, our second land of the evening, Bountiful Promenade. It is the green-white land that enters the battlefield untapped if you have more than 1 opponent. Unless you have 2 or more opponents, technically speaking. And our uncommons are Oracle's Insight, Gold Forged Sentinel, and Angel of Retribution. I love Angel of Retribution. I love the art. I love First Strike. I love 5/5. I love flying. I love everything about it, except the casting cost. But you know, 5/5 First Striker is pretty strong. Flying First Striker. Next up, 13 on the land. Excellent. Crowdland. Okay. Excellent. Crowdland. I got it. That's the phrase I've been missing. Spirit Token, Mountain, and Virtus the Veiled is our rare. For black and 2, you get a 1/1 legendary creature, Azra Assassin. And Virtus is a partner. He has Death Touch, and whenever Virtus the Veiled deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. So that's always fun. Gorm the Great, legendary creature, Giant Warrior. Partner with Virtus the Veiled. Gorm is green and 3 for a 2/7. Gorm the Great must be blocked with Vigilance. Gorm the Great must be blocked if able, and Gorm must be blocked by 2 or more creatures if able. So Gorm and Virtus are a really good combination, and the art is really cool. It's sort of the prototypical, warrior rogue thing going. So that's cool. So another two rare pack for Sona. Our uncommons are Gold Forged Sentinel, Long Road Home, and Rebuke. Excellent. Good pull. I know. Good Golgari partners, or they go great in a Golgari deck as well because they can basically, blank creatures. So that's important. I know Court's over there going. Okay, next up. Boros and Doubling. Kenzo wants Boros and Doubling Season. And I know who you are because you're on my spreadsheet. Okay, I can do this. I can crack packs. I've been doing it for 21 years or whatever, so I know I can do it. Man, some of these packs though. All right, zombie token, forest, and Guafa Hazid Profiteer. This is a foil rare. So Guafa for blue, white, and one. Oh, we had this earlier. This is the dude that puts bribery counters on other dudes, and Peter's bribery counters on them can attack or block. So foil Guafa, and the rare is Apocalypse Hydra. This is a beastie. For green, red, and X, you get a 0/0 Hydra. Apocalypse Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. If X is 5 or more, it enters the battlefield with an additional X +1/+1 counters on it. So you can have it enter with 1, 2, 3, 4, or 10, 12, 14, etc. counters. It has 1 in a red. Remove a +1/+1 counter from Apocalypse Hydra. Apocalypse Hydra deals 1 damage to any target. That's pretty decent rare, I would say. Our uncommons are Genesis Chamber, Blood Feud, and Oracle's Insight. All right, I like Apocalypse Hydra. 2 rares. That seems to be your theme tonight, Sona. You are pulling 2 rares in multiple packs. That was 3 packs with 2 rares now. That's pretty good. That's value right there. Next up, another zombie giant token. We have an island and Evil Twin. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite cards of all time just because of the flavor. I was really surprised when this didn't appear in Eldraine. So, black, blue, and 2, you get a 0/0 creature shapeshifter. You may have Evil Twin enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it gains blue, black, tap, destroy target creature with the same name as this creature. That's a pretty cool card. Really cool Dimir card. Our uncommons for this pack are Quest for the Gravelord, Lore Weaver, and Ley Weaver. These 2 partner. The green one, untap 2 target lands. Tap to untap 2 target lands. That's pretty good. And the blue one, 5 blue, target player draws 2 cards. So mana dump and mana generation. That's a pretty good combo. All right, Dobby, what didn't you know existed? Dobby says, I didn't know that existed. Next up. Oh, hey. Doing well. I know this name. Oh, the Evil Twin? Yeah, that's a reprint. That's a really cool card. Zombie, Forest, and Game Plan. So Game Plan, for blue and 5, you get a sorcery. With Assist. Assist is a mechanic that says another player can pay up to X of this spell's cost, where X is the generic mana in the casting cost of the spell. So in this case, another player can pay up to 5 of this spell's cost. And that means that in a 2-headed giant game, your partner can help you pay for spells. Otherwise, group hug. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, then draws 7 cards. So it's a wheel that's blue that people can help make happen. That's pretty good. All right. Our uncommons for this pack are The Crowd Goes Wild, Inner Demon, and Loyal Pegasus. No, so the way that I'm ordering them is just the way they appear in the spreadsheet, which I believe is the order in which people spoke up for packs. I believe that's the order. Only 1 mythic. I know. It's a real shame. Okay, we start off with a Will Emblem, a Swamp, and Angelic Chorus is our rare. For blue, and 3, you get an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. So life gain, that's kind of cool. Is life gain a viable strategy in Commander? Our uncommons are Blaring Recruiter, Blaring Captain, and Dinrova Horror. I often think of Dinrova Horror and Evil Twin as going together hand in hand. That's a great card. Blaring Captain and Blaring Recruiter partner with each other. One makes 1/1 white creature tokens, and the other one says those warrior tokens get +1/+1 as long as he's attacking with them. And they're both warriors as well. So, little warrior tribal there. I'm just going to shout out to my buddy Dinrova Horror here. Yeah, it bounces a card and then makes you discard, or makes the other person discard. So that's pretty cool. I like that card. I'm a black-blue player at heart. Okay, 2 packs left for Sona. Let's see. Travis, you are, I don't know, where are we? You're pretty far down. You're second to last. You're second to last. Okay, Warrior, Plains, and this is a common foil, Dagger Drone Imp, 1/1 flying lifelink for 1 and a black. That's a pretty strong card, you know, for a 2-cast. And our second mythic of the evening, Arena Rector, which I believe is one of the money cards. I'm not sure. Anybody want to check that for me? Arena Rector for for white and 3, you get a 1/2 human cleric. When Arena Rector dies, you may exile it. If you do, search your library for a Planeswalker card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So if you're playing Planeswalkers, good to go. And our uncommons from this pack are Veteran Explorer, Fumble, and Trumpet Blast. I really want to play this limited. I am sad that I never got to play it. And no prices. Okay, sorry. My bad. Final pack. For Sona, good luck, sir. Zombie Token, Island, and Zindersplit's Judgment. So for 4 generic mana and 1 blue mana, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend creates a token that's a copy of a creature they control. Each foe returns a creature they control to its owner's hand. Pretty cool blue card. Our uncommons for this pack are Cheering Fanatic, Assassin's Strike, and Beast Within. Sorry, Sona, I didn't realize that you wanted to be surprised. I'll try to keep that in mind for next time. All right. And that does it for Sona. Thank you for participating. Congratulations on your Mythic and your multiple rares. Cool. We'll send those out, whenever I get around to it. I got to be honest. Okay, next up, we have Steve, the Rice Man. All right, Steve. Steve has 16 packs, making him the largest purchaser for this box break. Steve! I'm going to count out 16. 2, 4, 6, 8. It's the rest of the box, isn't it? 10, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, the rest of the box. So we've had 2 mythics so far, so there should be at least 1 more, possibly 2 more, right? Is that how that works? Can we type the rare slot since my video lags? Yeah, if you can get someone to agree to do that, I'd be happy to hold the rare card on the camera a little longer, but my hands are kind of busy, so I can't type it. If somebody wants to do that for Trav, I've known you my whole life, Travis, then that'd be much appreciated. Okay, first up for Steve. Steve the Big Rice. Zombie Token, Plains, and Bonus Round. We've seen this before in foil. This is the one where until end of turn, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Our uncommons for this pack are Tavern Swindler, Plated Crusher, and Oreskes Explorer. Thanks, Court. Court graciously agreed to type out the rares. Next up, Warrior Token, Forest, Mystic Confluence. For blue, blue, and 3, you get an instant. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. 1. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3 generic mana. 2. Return target creature to its owner's hand. 3. Draw a card. Sort of your classic blue utility knife there, huh? Mystic Confluence. So our 3 uncommons for this pack are Spell Snare, Pulse of Marasa, that's a good card, and Bring Down. All right, that's a good pull. Congrats to that. Congrats. Okay, next up. Excellent. I'm glad that it's useful. Steve says it's going in a deck that he is working on. Mirror Token, Mountain, Foil, Riptide Crab, and the rare is Magmatic Force. So for red, 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 and 5, 8 total mana, you get a 7/7 elemental creature. At the beginning of each upkeep, Magmatic Force deals 3 damage to any target. So this gives your red deck inevitability. Pretty good. Well, I like it anyway. I like red. Red go boom. Our 3 uncommons are Opportunity, Swarm of Bloodflies, and Relentless Hunter. So excellent. That's a good pull in my opinion. I don't know if it's actually money, but it's a good pull. I like Relentless Force, Magmatic Force. All right, next up, Warrior Token, Swamp, and our third mythic rare for the evening, Mycosynth Lattice. This, my friends, is a good card. So, Mycosynth Lattice for 6 generic mana. You get an artifact. All permanents are artifacts in addition to their other types. This enables so much shenanigans, so much shenanigans. All cards that aren't on the battlefield, spells, and permanents are colorless. Players may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. So, I mean, this card should just be called Mycosynth Shenanigans. I really should. Good pull. Congratulations. Your 3 uncommons are Vampire Charmseeker, Lava Field Overlord, and Tenacious Dead. I'm a little jelly on that Mycosynth Lattice. That's a beautiful card. First appeared in Mirrodin? New Phyrexia? That block somewhere. Going in an Eldrazi deck? Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Okay, next up, Mirror Token, Mountain, and Diabolic Intent. So for black and 1, you get a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, search your library for a card, and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. So this is a demonic tutor with an additional cost of sacrificing a creature. So that does not suck. Chain Lightning. Red go boom. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Aim High, Gang Up, and Chain Lightning. Excellent, excellent. That's a good pack. I just, I'm a Johnny, so I don't really look at the money value. I look at the shenanigans value, like what can you do with this? Like, is this going to let me do something cool? That makes a good pack for me. Going into my Witherbloom deck. I mean, it's a good card. I want to say it's a budget tutor, but it's probably not. It just is cheaper than like Demonic Tutor, I'm sure. Okay, Spirit, Island, Foil, Oreskes Explorer, and our rare is Mangara of Corondor. I feel like I just saw this. Oh yeah, you know what? I was going through my Time Spell Remastered, and I believe he was reprinted in TSR. So for white, white, and 1, you get a legendary human wizard, 1/1. Tap, exile Mangara of Corondor, and target permanent. So he takes something with him. Excellent. And our uncommons for this pack: Rushblade Commander, Proud Mentor, and Impetuous Protege, and these two are partners. Okay, good pack, good pack. Yeah, Court agrees with me that playing to win is only part of the fun, and it's not even the most part of the fun. His quote is actually, "I'm the same way. I'm all about figuring out how much havoc I can wreak with the cards." Yes, that's me as well. Okay, Zombie, Swamp, and Tidespout Tyrant for blue, 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 and 5. 8 total mana. You get a 5/5 Djinn with flying. Whenever you cast a spell, return target's permanent to its owner's hand. Yes, that's definitely blue. Okay, the 3 uncommons for this pack are Plated Crusher, Unflinching Courage, and Battle Mastery. I like that pack. Tidespout Tyrant is pretty havocy. I choose Chaos. Diabolic is 31. Yeah, that doesn't suck. Nice. Okay, next up. So I was just reading the chat, and Travis says that Diabolic Intent is a $31 card, so that's pretty good. Warrior Token, Island, and Play the Game. Play the Game for white, white, and 6 generic mana. You get a sorcery with Assist, Exile, all non-land permanents. So this is a wipey wipe, if you will, that people can help cast. All right, our 3 uncommons are Out of Bounds, Flame Wave Invoker, and Kiss of the Amesha. Amesha? Okay. I do like Play of the Game. That's pretty cool. Next up, that's, if someone has like a Voltron that is just like untouchable, people are going to want Play of the Game. Let's see who your friends are. Next up, Warrior, Swamp, and Vigor. Vigor, for green, 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 and 3, you get a 6/6 Elemental Incarnation with Trample. If damage would be dealt to another creature you control, prevent that damage. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each 1 damage prevented this way. When Vigor is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. Yeah, that's a pretty dope card. I gotta say, this card has beaten me a few times. 3-print. All right, 3 uncommons for this pack. We've got Battle Mastery, Battle Rattle Shaman, and Jalen Sphinx. I like Vigor. That's a good card. Vigor is dope. Yeah, that is in any green commander deck. I suspect that green tends to have creatures, so being able to prevent damage to them and just make them bigger for free. I mean, you got to pay 6 for Vigor, but Beast Token, Plains, and Generous Patron. For green and 2, you get a 1/4 Elf Advisor. When Generous Patron enters the battlefield, support 2. So you can put a +1/+1 counter on each of up to 2 additional creatures, other creatures. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. Well, that's interesting. So you can choose someone else's creatures and draw cards that way. Interesting. That makes for interesting lines, doesn't it? Okay, our 3 uncommons for this pack are Nimbus Champion, Slum Reaper, and Decorated Champion. What is Oof? Oh, Vigor's in my Vorinclex deck? Yeah, that seems like a good place for it. Next up. I'm just going to get the scissors out in a minute. It's ridiculous. Okay, Warrior Token, Plains, and Grothama All-Devouring. Another mythic rare. For green, green, and 3, you get a 10/8 Legendary Worm. That's worm with a U. Other creatures have, whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothma All-Devouring. When Grothma leaves the battlefield, Each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to Grothma this turn by sources they controlled. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. He's pretty ugly. That's a good card. That's a really good card. Our Quest Worm. Hmm. Our uncommons for this pack are Step Glider, Fog Bank, and Enduring Scale Lord. A rare, I don't say rare. He's uncommon, but he's one of the few green-white dragons. Okay. Next up, no eating the packs, but they're so tasty. Beast Token, Island, and Together Forever. For white white, you get an enchantment. When Together Forever enters the battlefield, support 2. You can pay 1 generic mana to choose target creature with a counter on it. When that creature dies this turn, return that card to its owner's hand. So this is white recursion. It's pretty good. I gotta say, the white cards in this set are better than, well, better than other sets. How's that? Our 3 uncommons are Jubilant Mascot, Phantom Warrior, and Noxious Dragon. Bronze Panda says, of course, Together Forever is depicting Regna and Kriva. Kriva? Yeah. Yeah, some are pretty spicy. Court points out that some of the white cards are pretty spicy, and it's true. There are some spicy cards in this set. It's been a while since I've looked through them. Warrior Token, Swamp, and Thrilling Encore. For black and 4, you get an instant. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. So the play here is Damnation, Thrilling Encore. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Unflinching Courage, Peregrine Drake, and Enthralling Victor. Well, hello, Victor. Yeah, I'm a dad. Yeah, you can tell, right? Next up, 3 cards to go. Tasty. Court reports that his wife told him the other day that she was a little concerned that he was eating magic cards because when he streams, he's always talking about spicy cards. These ones are a little dry. Beast Token, Mountain, a foil uncommon Plated Crusher, and we have another mythic rare, Will Kenrith, one of the planeswalkers in this set. That's 3 mythics, I believe. That's pretty good, right? For blue, and 4, you get a legendary planeswalker of type Will. 4 starting loyalty. +2 until your next turn, up to 2 target creatures each have pace, power, and toughness 0/3 and lose all abilities. -2, target player draws 2 cards. Until your next turn, instant, sorcery, and planeswalker spells that player casts cost 2 less to cast. And -8, the ultimate, target player gets an emblem with whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Will Kenrith can be your commander, and this tiny little line that says partner with Rowan Kenrith. And in Battlebond, you know what that means. Rowan Kenrith. For red, and 4, you get a legendary planeswalker of type Rowan with 4 starting loyalty. +2, during target player's next turn, each creature that player controls attacks if able. -2, Rowan Kenrith deals 3 damage to each tapped creature target player controls. And -8, target player gets an emblem with whenever you activate an ability that isn't a mana ability, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Partner with Will Kenrith. Rowan Kenrith can be your commander. So that's a pretty good commander set. I like that. That's a pretty nice hit. That means 5 mythics so far for Steve, which doesn't suck. Congratulations on that one. No doubling season yet. Not yet. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Pacifism, Blaze, and Morbid Curiosity. This is a pretty good box. I know we haven't seen Doubling Season yet or Land Tax, but Land Tax, but it is it has been a pretty good box in my opinion. 2 packs to go. Zombie, Token, Island, and Magus of the Candelabra. For a green, you get a 1/2 Human Wizard. For X and tap, you can untap X target lands. This sounds funny until you realize that many lands in Magic produce more than 1 mana. And you can fix mana with this, right? Because you can spend any color mana to get whatever color you want. That's pretty good. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Feral Hydra, Take Up Arms, and Switcheroo. That's a good pack. And our final pack of the box, and for Steve. So after this, we'll move on to the second box. Spirit Token, Mountain, and Korvath Brightflame. Korvath Brightflame for red and 5, you get a 3/4 legendary dragon. Partner with Sylvia Brightspear. Flying Haste. Knights your team controls have flying and haste. Sylvia Brightspear for white and 2. You get a legendary human knight, 2/2. Partner with Korvath Brightflame. So this is a Dragon Rider flavor. Double Strike. And dragons your team controls have Double Strike. I mean, for a Boros dragon deck, dragons and knights, this is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Okay. Our, Karametra's Favor. Our 3 uncommons are Fan Favorite, Swords to Plowshares with that sweet, sweet art. Therese Nielsen, one of my favorite artists. And Karametra's Favor. All right, Steve. Congratulations on your pulls. Thank you for participating in the box break. That concludes our first box, and we will move on to box number 2. All right. Excellent. The system is working. Box number 2. Right. So box number 2, we're going to start with Carrie. Then it's going to be Brandon, Josh, Patrick, Travis, and Dan. Yeah, that Swords Art's one of my favorites. It's really beautiful. I hope to one day own an original Nielsen, but the way Magic's been getting lately, it's probably out of reach at this point. It just seems like collectibles in general have been going nuts during the pandemic, but Magic in particular has really experienced a renaissance. It's quite a mess. I should have a mess cam. I think I say that like every time. Okay, we have many packs. Let's mix them up somehow. Many packs. So we're halfway through. If you're just joining us, we're doing a double box break of Battlebond. We've opened 1 box so far and gotten some spicy pulls. Nobody's gotten a doubling season yet, but that doesn't mean that there isn't one. There were actually 5 mythic rares in the last box. So that was a pretty good box, I think. 5 mythic rares and 3 crowd lands. Is it 3 or 2? I can't remember. Might have been 2, actually. All right. Okay. Packs. Packs. I have too many packs. Well, technically, they're not my packs anymore. I just get to open them, which actually is very gratifying for me. I could do this all day long, literally just open packs. And I have in the past done that all day long, which is why I have way too many Magic cards. Okay, so next up, we have Carrie. He has 4 packs. All right, good luck to you, Carrie. Here we go. Zombie Token, Swamp, and Core Spirit Dancer. Core Spirit Dancer for white and 1, you get a 0/2 Core Wizard. Core Spirit Dancer gets +2/+2 for each aura attached to it. Whenever you cast an aura spell, you may draw a card. That's pretty good. I think Fef is making a core deck, right? I think so. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Hunted Wumpus, God, I love that name, Azra Oddsmaker, and Boldweir Intimidator. All right. Next up, we have a Warrior Token, a Plains, a Foil Forest, and Seedborn Muse. For green, green, and 3, you get a 2/4 Spirit. Untap all permanents you control during each other player's untap step. That's pretty good. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Spell Snare, Pulse of Marasa, and Bring Down. Yeah, Seedborn Muse is indeed a good card. That's a good card. Okay, next up. Yeah, there's nothing like getting all your mana back every turn for every other person. Warrior, Island, and Zindersplit Eye of Wisdom for blue and 4. You get a 1/4 Legendary Homunculus. Partner with Oaken, Eye of Chaos. At the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, draw a card. And for red and 4, you get Oaken, Okaun, Eye of Chaos, Okaun, who is a 3/3 Legendary Cyclops Berserker. Partner with Zindersplit, Eye of Wisdom. At the beginning of combat on your turn, flip a coin until you lose a flip. Whenever a player wins a coin flip, double Oakun's power and toughness until end of turn. So they both have that ability, so if you have them both out, at the beginning of combat, you're flipping coins until you lose twice, and this guy's getting bigger, and that one's drawing you cards. That's pretty good. Okay, here we go. Angel of Retribution is one of our uncommons, along with Thrasher Brute and Fill with Fright. I like the double rare packs. Those are exciting. I really like those. Partner commanders are pretty nifty, I gotta say. Okay, next up, Spirit Token, Forest, and Mindblade Render. For black and 1, you get a 1/3 Azra Warrior. We've seen this one before. Whenever your opponents are dealt combat damage, if any of that damage was dealt by a warrior, you draw a card and lose 1 life. Which is fine, especially in Commander, because, life. The 3 uncommons for this pack are Savage Ventmaw, Juggernaut, and Dragon Breath. All right. Well, Carrie, congratulations on your polls. Thank you for participating, and we'll get those sent out to you as soon as possible. Okay, next box means next box. Still going in order, still got my dividers going, so we're good to go. Next up is Brandon. So Brandon has 8 packs. 8 packs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. Good luck on your polls, Brandon. Here we go. We have a Warrior Token, a Mountain, a Foil Mangara of Corondor, which we've seen, and our rare, our non-foil rare, is War's Toll. For red and 3, you get an enchantment. Whenever an opponent taps a land for mana, tap all lands that player controls. If a creature an opponent controls attacks, all creatures that opponent controls attack if able. Yeah, well, I mean, it's like an infuriate effect for everything. So that's pretty cool. All right. Our 3 uncommons are Tavern Swindler, Plated Crusher, and Orescus Explorer. I like that pack. 2 rares in every pack. Not every pack, but that pack. So that's cool. That's pretty cool. Next up, Warrior Token, Forest, and Nixithid. So Nixithid for black, black, and 1. I mean, this art is sweet. For black, black, and 1, you get a 7/7 elemental. As Nixithid enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. Nixithid gets -1/-1 for each card in the chosen player's hand. So clearly, you want to have them be discarding or playing red. That's a pretty cool card. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Jubilant Mascot, Phantom Warrior, and Noxious Dragon. Cool pack. I like Nixithid. That art is so sweet. I don't know, I'm into like the dark and razor blades and blood and whatnot. Next up, Warrior Token, Plains, Archfiend of Despair, our first mythic out of this pack, 6th mythic overall. For black, black, and 6, you get a 6/6 demon with flying. Your opponent can't gain life. At the beginning of each end step, each opponent loses life equal to the life that player lost this turn. So that can end a game in a hurry. Our 3 uncommons. Is that a $40 card? Nice. We have Rushblade Commander, Lore Weaver, and Lay Weaver. Yeah, that's a spicy pull, man. Well done. Next up, Zombie, Swamp, and Greater Good. Greater Good is green, green, and 2 for an enchantment. Sacrifice a creature, draw cards equal to the sacrificed creature's power, then discard 3 cards. Excuse me. Our 3 uncommons for this pack: Unflinching Courage, Peregrine Drake, and Enthralling Victor. Okay. I can think of some good things to do with Greater Good. You know, get Ulamog out there, sack him, draw a bunch of cards. All right, just a thought. Okay, Warrior, Forest, and Mind's Eye. We've seen this one before. For 5 generic mana, you get an artifact. Whenever an opponent draws a card, you may pay 1. If you do, draw a card. So that's good. And our 3 uncommons for this pack are Cheering Fanatic, Azra Oddsmaker, and Solemn Offering. Okay. Next up. Yeah, Mind's Eye. We've seen 2 of those tonight. That's a pretty cool card. Very good in Commander, especially, I'm guessing, because it's 5 mana, which kind of precludes it from, Modern, for example. But in Commander, yeah, pay a mana, draw a card. Mountain, and Diabolic Intent, our second Diabolic Intent of the evening. For black and 1, you get a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, and then search your library for a card and put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. Our 3 uncommons are Switcheroo, Pulse of Marasa, and Spectral Searchlight. That's a good pack. We don't know that yet because we haven't seen all the mythics yet. We don't know who got the value in this. I think everybody's getting value, right? This is a pretty good set. I think that all of the rares that we've seen are not like useless. I mean, they might be considered bulk, maybe. I don't really know. I don't keep up with that, but they're pretty spicy in my opinion. Mirror, Plains, and Goblin Raze Runners. Goblin Raze Runners for red, red, and 2. You get a 3/4 Goblin Warrior. We've seen this one before. 1 in a red, sacrifice a land, put a 1/1 counter on Goblin Raze Runners. At the beginning of your end step, you may have Goblin Raze Runners deal damage equal to the number of 1/1 counters on it to target player or Planeswalker. That's cool. Karametra's Favor is one of our uncommons. Ooh, this is a good uncommons. Along with Swords to Plowshares and Trumpet Blast. That's a cool pack. I like it. We are on the final pack for our friend Bandit Wolf. I know, we haven't seen the doubling season yet, right? This is it, right? Zombie Giant, Swamp, and I'm building the mystery. Tidespout Tyrant. For blue, 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 and 5, you get a 5/5 Flying Djinn. Whenever you cast a spell, return target permanent to its owner's hand. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Opportunity, Swarm of Bloodflies, and Relentless Hunter. All right. That does it for Brandon. Brandon, thank you for participating. As always, congratulations on your polls. Okay, let's see, who's next? Next we have Josh, and Josh has 4 packs. So that's 4. Yeah, those were good packs. I think all the packs have been pretty good. We haven't gotten any duds, at least that I can tell. I think that all the rares have been pretty good. I don't know. I don't play Commander, but I would definitely like to play with these cards. We have a Beast Token, a Mountain, a Foil Charging Rhino, and our second mythic of this box, True Name Nemesis. For blue, blue, and 1, you get a 3/1 Merfolk Rogue. As True Name Nemesis enters the battlefield, choose a player, and True Name Nemesis has protection from the chosen player. That's cool. And our 3 uncommons for this pack are Reckless Scholar, Proud Mentor, and Impetuous Protege. That's a good pack. I like that. Okay. Next pack. Josh's second pack. We have a Warrior Token, a Swamp, and Mystic Confluence. We've seen this one before. For blue, blue, and 3, you get an instant. Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller plays 3. Return target creature to its owner's hand, and draw a card. Zambi. Our 3 uncommons are Vampire Charmseeker, Lava Field Overlord, and Tenacious Dead. Creepy eyes. All right. Mystic Confluence is good. I like that card. Next up. Warrior Token, Plains, and Regna's Sanction. For white and 3, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend puts a +1/+1 counter on each creature they control. Each foe chooses 1 untapped creature they control, then taps the rest. Seen that one before. We have 3 uncommons: Decorated Champion, Kiss of Amatia, and Flame Wave Invoker. All right. Yeah, good pulls. All right, last pack for Josh. Here we go. Spirit Token, Forest, and Newsgraph Mob. So for black, black, and 4, you get a 0/0 zombie. Newsgraph Mob enters the battlefield with 5 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever a player casts a spell, remove a +1/+1 counter from Newsgraph Mob. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. That's pretty cool. That's making zombies. That doesn't suck. All right, our 3 uncommons are Cheering Fanatic, Assassin's Strike, and Beast Within. All right, Josh, congratulations on your polls, and thank you for participating in the box break. Okay. All right, who's next? Next is Patrick. So Patrick has 12 packs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 packs. All right, let's get started. Number 1. Good luck to you, Patrick. May your pools be mythic. Warrior, Island, and Generous Patron. For green and 2, you get a 1/4 Elf Advisor. When Generous Patron enters the battlefield, support 2. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you don't control, draw a card. And our three uncommons for this pack are Enduring Scale Lord, Soul Blade Renewer, and Soul Blade Corruptor. Alrighty. Next pack. Am I taking the rares off the screen too fast, or is that okay? Are you doing okay, Court? Warrior Token, Island, and Spellseeker. So for blue and 2, you get a 1/1 human wizard. When Spellseeker enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost 2 or less, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Clearly, you're going to be searching for Fireball. Blaring Recruiter is one of our uncommons, along with Blaring Captain and Quest for the Gravelord. Yeah, Spellseeker is a good card. Is that money card? Oh, good. Excellent. Well, congratulations on that pull then. It seems like a good card. All right, Zombie Token, Plains, and Game Plan for blue and 5. You get a sorcery with assist. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into the library, then draws 7 cards. Exile, Game Plan. So we have 3 uncommons: Beast Within, Assassin's Strike, and Denrova Horror. Excelente. Next up, Patrick, you're doing pretty good so far. Warrior Token, Island, a Foil Grotesque Mutation, and Bountiful Promenade, the green-white Crowdland. Our 3 uncommons are Battle Mastery, Battle Rattle Shaman, and Jalen Sphinx. Right. Always good to see one of those rare lands pop up. We do like them. Next up, a Warrior Token, a Swamp, and Thrilling Encore. For black and 4, you get an instant. Put onto the battlefield under your control all creature cards in all graveyards that were put there from the battlefield this turn. So that's pretty cool. I like the art on this one too. I don't know if you can see that. It's like they're coming back out for the Encore. And our 3 uncommons are Switcheroo, Blaze, and Morbid Curiosity. Okay, next up. My playlist finished, which I don't want my headphones to turn off, but it won't turn back on. Zombie, Island, and Corvath's Fury. For red and 4, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend discards all cards from their hand, then draws that many cards plus 1. Corvath's Fury deals damage to each foe equal to the number of cards in their hand. That's pretty cool. That's a politics card right there. All right, we've got our 3 uncommons: Spectral Searchlight, Chakram Slinger, and Chakram Retriever. Corvath's Fury, that sounds pretty cool. Pretty cool. Next up, Spirit Token, Island, and Stolen Strategy. For red and 4, you get an enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, you may cast non-land cards from among those exiled cards, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast those spells. Do you like that card? Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Oracle's Insight, Long Road Home, and Gold Forged Sentinel. Next up, Patrick's doing pretty well so far, I think. A lot of red. Zombie, Plains, and Angelic Chorus. So for white, white, and 3, you get an enchantment. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. Unless the demon is out. Spell Snare is our first uncommon, followed by Take Up Arms and Fertilid. Get that demon. It's on my mind. Pretty cool. Okay, next up. We have a Mirror, Mountain, and Play of the Game. I love that. This is another good card, right? White, white, and 6 with assist. Exile all non-land permanents. Our uncommons for this pack: Dinrova Horror, Step Glider, and Fogbank. Excellent. 3 packs to go for Patrick. Yeah, me too. Fertilid's a good card. It's a workhorse, is what it is. Warrior, Forest, Foil Shock with that Kaladesh art. And our second land, crowd land in this pack, it's the green-red crowd land, Spire Garden. Our 3 uncommons are Loyal Pegasus, Veteran Explorer, and Fumble. Good pack, good pack. Like that Foil Shock. I like foils. I love foils. You know, foils are good. Foils are good. Okay, next up. Beast Token, Plains, and Bramble Sovereign are next mythic. Bramble Sovereign for red, red, and green, green, and 2. You get a 4/4 Dryad. Whenever another non-token creature enters the battlefield, you may pay 1 and a green. If you do, that creature's controller creates a token that's a copy of that creature. That sounds dangerous. Chain Lightning is our first uncommon, followed by Gang Up and Aim High. Bramble Servant, that's a fun card. Okay, final pack for Patrick. Good luck to you, sir, on your final pull. Let's see what we got. Mirror Token, Forest, and Magus of the Candelabra. For a green, you get a 1/2 human wizard that has X and tap, untap X target lands. Good card. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Blood Feud, Genesis Chamber, and Out of Bounds. I'm getting nervous about my my thingy, my headphones going out, so I'm gonna need to start this music back up. I don't know why it's not starting. There it goes. Okay. Sorry about that. Patrick, congratulations on your polls, and thank you for participating in the box break. Yeah, you got some good polls in there, man. That was excellent. Okay. I love this new system I have. It's very, very satisfying, and I know that I'm not going to mix anything up. All right, next up we have Travis. Travis has 4 packs. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, especially Travis. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good luck to you. We have a Spirit Token, a Mountain, a Foil Relentless Hunter, and Korvath Brightflame, our legendary dragon partner commander for red and 5. You get a 3/4 legendary dragon, partner with Sylvia Brightspear. And Flying Haste, knights your team controls have flying and haste. And Sylvia Brightspear for white and 2. You get a 2/2 human knight, partner with Korvath Brightflame. Double Strike, and dragons your team controls have double strike. Good pull, good first spell. And look, you got a demon. I know it's not the demon that you wanted, but it's a demon. Demons are good. I like demons. I've been watching Invincible or I watched the first season of Invincible, and they have a pretty cool demon in there. Aurora Champion, the crowd goes wild, and Inner Demon are the uncommons for this pack. That's a good pack. All right. Good first pull. Next pack. One down, three to go. Warrior Token, Plains, and bonus round. For red, red, and 1, until end of turn, whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, that player copies it and may choose new targets for the copy. Our uncommons for this pack are Gang Up, Hunted Wumpus, and Bring Down. Is anyone else old enough to know what Hunted Wumpus is referring to? It's a trivia question, I guess, by now. 2 down, 2 to go for Travis. Court, you didn't put down Corvath and Sylvia. So Emblem, Rowan Emblem, Island, and a mythic rare, Grothma All Devouring. Green, green, and 3, you get a 10-8. Other creatures have. Whenever this creature attacks, you may have it fight Grothma All Devouring. And when Grothma leaves the battlefield, each player draws cards equal to the amount of damage dealt to Grothma this turn by sources they controlled. Nope, it's not Wampa from Star Wars. Soulblade Corruptor is our first uncommon, followed by Soulblade Renewer and Phantom Warrior. And final pack for Travis. Good luck to you, sir. Any other guesses for Hunted Wumpus? Zombie Giant, Swamp, and Vitrus's Maneuver. So for black and 2, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend returns a creature card from their graveyard to their hand. Each foe sacrifices a creature they control. Our 3 uncommons are Culling Dais. Dais? Am I pronouncing that right? Have I been pronouncing it wrong my whole life? Blaze and Feral Hydra. And yes, it has been my whole life because that's a word in D&D, and I've been playing D&D my whole life, basically. All right. Travis, thank you for participating, and congratulations on your polls. All right. And our final participant for the evening is Dan the Kool-Aid Man with 4 packs, the last 4 packs in the box. Let's go. Zombie Token, Mountain, and Peer into Thee. So for Peer, green and 2, you get a 1/1 legendary human, partner with Tuthi. If one or more counters would be put on a permanent your team controls, that many, plus 1 of each of those kinds of counters, are put on that permanent instead. And Tuthi, Imaginary Friend, is for blue and 3, you get a 1/1 illusion, partner with Peer. One of the few illusions that doesn't just disappear when you target it. Whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on Tuthi, Imaginary Friend, and when Tuthi leaves the battlefield, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. And our 3 uncommons are Grotesque Mutation, Nimbus Champion, and Slum Reaper. Cool pack. Yeah, these 2 rare packs are awesome. Super awesome. Next up, 1 down, 3 to go for Dan. 3 to go for the box. Got Warrior Token. Oh, sorry. I'm like looking at these cards and it's all like off screen. Sorry. Forest. A foil, Aim High, and Peer's Whim. For each player, choose friend or foe. I'm sorry. For green and 3, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend searches the library for a land card, puts it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffles their library. Each foe sacrifices an artifact or enchantment they control. And our 3 Uncommons are Morbid Curiosity, Chakram Slinger, and Chakram Retriever. All right, 2 packs left. 2 packs left. Warrior Token, Swamp, and Evil Twin. For black, blue, and 2, you get a 0/0 shapeshifter. You may have Evil Twin enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it gains blue, black, and tap. Destroy target creature with the same name as this creature. And our 3 uncommons are Chain Lightning, Noxious Dragon, and Aim High. I like that pack. I just, Evil Twin. Any pack with Evil Twin in it is a good pack. Final pack of the evening. Battlebond is a cool set, which I would like to play at some point. Let's go. Good luck, Dan. Mirror Token, Forest, a foil Coral Helm Guide, and Zintersplit's Judgment. For blue and 4, you get a sorcery. For each player, choose friend or foe. Each friend creates a token that's a copy of a creature they control. Each foe returns a creature they control to its owner's hand. Our 3 uncommons for this pack are Fogbank, Veteran Explorer, and Steppe Glider. All right. Well, I think that was a good box. Maybe it wasn't quite as good as the first box, but it was definitely cool. We got a couple of lands, a few mythics, and a lot of fun. So thank you all for participating, if you did indeed participate, and thank you for watching the stream and or the VOD. You can find more box breaks, if you like, at the Lotus Council Discord. Go to www.thelotuscouncil.com. Let me slow down. Go to www.thelotuscouncil.com and look for the Discord server link. We're happy to have you. All right, guys and gals. Have a pleasant evening. Thanks for joining, and I'll catch you next time.